This is an assessment support video for Ssp5105. This is a video just to talk briefly about the cash section of the assignment, both Pres and for the group report. This section is fundamentally split into two elements. I specifically want to see how you are going to generate revenue in two functions. First of all, how you're going to generate income and revenue for the startup phase. So before you've sold anything, whether it be an app or a participation activity, you're going to need money to develop the idea, put things in place, cover your costs of starting it up, whether that be through equipment or designing a new digital interface with an app. Everything needs to be paid for. So first of all, how are you going to generate initial setup costs, whether that be grant, make sure it's realistic, make sure that we're able to do that, whether that be through internal budgets and consider how much things cost in the startup phase, or whether you're looking at more progressive alternatives, whether that be through venture capital or whether that be through bank loans or whether that be through crowdsourcing. So that's the first element I need you to consider in terms of revenue streams. The second element I'd like you to consider in terms of revenue streams is your business model type. How are you going to generate income on an ongoing basis with this new idea? So I want you to revisit and consider the business model types that we studied a few weeks ago, and I want you to consider what type of business model and revenue generation you're going to pursue. Is that a freemium? Is that subscription based? Are you considering a combination? Have you got tiered pricing? Are you looking at advertising? So I need you to revisit the business model types and consider what single or combination of revenue generation strategies, as well as maybe the price point that is realistic for your customer. The other element of cash then is what costs are you going to have, and that again is split into the setup costs. How much do you need to cover in terms of equipment or people, new facilities? So I need you to consider what would be your setup costs and then ongoing costs. And we've spoken about fixed and variable. So what would be your ongoing fixed costs in terms of managing the new product or service, and what will be the variable costs day by day, week by week. For example, you might want to think about fixed costs in terms of a facility, and if it lies empty, we have to still pay and maintain it. Your variable costs may be down to the staffing of the activity. If you are able to sell 100 spaces, then what's your capacity week by week? Are you at full capacity, therefore you need a full staff complement? Are you under capacity, and therefore the staff may change week by week? So all in all, this cash section needs to cover setup costs, setup income in terms of getting the project going, and then I want you to consider the ongoing running costs and ongoing revenue generation. All of that needs to fit in this section.